I am Will I Am, and I make time to read the Wall Street Journal.
I think we'll be talking about what India has done this year. We'll be looking, I think, through a very different set of lenses with regard to what the Chinese economy has done. It will be very interesting to see how ASEAN performs through all of this, because obviously there are several countries where elections are due. And it'll also be interesting to see how the Pacific countries like Australia have fared, particularly given the recent news about some of the mining companies struggling. So I think it'll be a very mixed bag.
Well, I think it's going to be a challenging year. But like all things, comes challenges, also opportunity. It will force the industry and the clients to work more closely together and find smarter way to do it. There will be increasing pressure and proving that effectiveness. I would say, return on investment is a big thing, because you know what is the investment going in. But in terms of return, it depends on who you speak with from the client side, whether it's sales or marketing objectives. I would basically say that the agency need to work with the clients to prove that return on the objective, and be very clear what is your objective, and not trying to overpromise that. Definitely, in talking about digital, don't even promise you have a return on sales, because you haven't really quite figured out how to prove that.
Yeah, I think this year is an interesting year because it's a sports year. You got Euro Cup, you've got Olympics. I think there's a lot of focus around what we're going to do around this time. For us, I guess when I see this in the industry, I think the big boys have started to make some changes. I think the next tier of brands have started reevaluating their relationships with agencies, and with the media and the content, I think people really need to assess who's doing what and is there a better way of doing that.
I still think we'll be talking about technology. I think the technological revolution, the fourth industrial revolution that I talked about earlier, which is the big theme coming out of Davos, will get faster still. And I think technology we think about in two ways: the technology inside our own businesses, actually when you look inside the agencies, and I think when clients look inside their own businesses as well, we're not actually as technologically driven or as automated or as systemized as we should be. We still have way too much manual inputs and too much Excel and reliance. So I think about we will be better technologically and more systemized.
We're reimagining, if you will, the agency-client relationship, the publisher-marketer relationship. All of those things are being reimagined. And I think when you mix it up, and when we're back here in February of 2017, I think if you looked at the conference room table, the constituents around the table will be the same people. They just may be playing a bit of a different role.
I think the media industry in general is going to continue to evolve, and specifically over the next couple of years, I think we're going to see a lot of changes. We're going to see a lot of changes which are primarily driven by technology and how marketers are embracing technology to move faster than they've ever done. So I think that's going to be the big change, and that will really mean that agencies and partners which are able to create those great capabilities and bring them to bear will be more successful than the others who are still rooted in the past.
I think increasingly what marketers and agencies also will be looking for is much more accountability for marketing spend. So to that extent, the emphasis on data and measurement of results is going to be center stage.
I'm Carly Kloss, and I make time to read the Wall Street Journal.